It's Friday. We're gonna talk about what's sold. Yeah, it's Friday. I hope you sold something too. Yes, I really, really do. It's Friday. Hiya, here I am. All right, it is Friday. So once again, we are gonna go over some things that sold from my eBay store this week and one thing from the Poshmark. Just one, but I did it. All right, so as you know, I'm going to tell you what the item is, how much I paid for it, how much it sold for, and then how much the net profit is after we back out those fees and the cost of goods, because I like to be transparent and real about all of my numbers. So starting off with a purse, this brand, it's IHKWIP, Equip. I don't know. Anyway, this purse was given to me by a friend of my mother's. She was cleaning out a closet. She likes to give me stuff when she does that, which is great. So I got it for free. It sold for $25, and that gave me $20.65 in profit, and it took 10 months for that one to sell. All right, this next one here is good. This is me fixing my Switcharoo situation. Well, half of it anyway. So I finally got these back, and I contacted the first gal who actually wanted these, and I said, hey, I got them back, and she bought them immediately. So that makes me very happy. I've at least righted part of that. I did also message the other gal and say, hey, here's a link to the listing for the site you were supposed to get. Feel free to purchase. I just haven't heard back from her yet. So, and that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so this was the Rogers Brothers Old Colony silver-plated flatware set. I got it for... I got this one for free also because it was a neighbor doing a clear out, and I sold it for $27, and that gave me $22.18, and it took 2 months total for the whole shenanigan to work out and for it to finally sell. It's been delivered. I haven't heard anything. I don't hope. I know it was good this time. I know it was good this time. All right, now this cute little top, this is a vintage velvet knit master. Real cute shell. I got it for $5. It sold for $26, and that gave me $16.72, and it took 4 months for that one to sell. All right, now this is a vintage burlwood creature. We weren't sure if it was a bird or what, but it was odd enough that I wanted to buy it for just $1 at a yard sale, and it sold for $24, which is great, and that gave me $18.78, and it took 10 months for him to go. All right, now here's a yearbook, and this yearbook is the 1956 Jayhawker from the University of Kansas, and this book was the freshman year for Mr. Wilt Chamberlain at the University of Kansas. So I bought it for $3.50. Actually bought all the years that he was there, so this is the first one to sell. Like I said, I spent $3.50 on it. It sold for $40, and that gave me $30.24, and it took 4 months to sell. I have no idea if this person bought it because they're a Wilt Chamberlain fan. The name on the order was not Chamberlain, so it was not a family member of his either. But maybe that person was in there, who knows, but it sold. My profit on that one was $30.24. I think I already said that, and it took 4 months to sell. Sorry, you know me. Sometimes I'm a little, yeah. Okay, so this next little angel here, this is from the Greenwich Workshop. And I bought a whole series of angels. They were ornaments. All had their original boxes and certificates of authenticity, which is great. A couple of them sold for over $100. This was, I guess, a lesser of those, but I still am making money on it. I got it for $6.50. It sold for $30, and that gave me $18.54, and it took 10 months to sell. I think I have 3 of these left. Yeah, all the big money ones, exciting ones, I guess, that people really wanted, they went right away. So hopefully the rest of them will get out before this holiday season. All right, remember this? I bought that vintage handmade clown costume for $3. It sold for $30, and that gave me $22, and it just took a week. And you know what? Kudos to this person for buying their Halloween stuff in a timely fashion. It seems like every year I get orders and 5 days before Halloween, they're like, can it get here in time? No. They probably can't. So this person did a good job. All right, next up is an Affliction t-shirt. And this one I paid $3 for. Sold for $20, and that gave me $13.50, and it took a whole year to sell. The Affliction stuff, I think I'm just going to try to stick, well, I am going to stick to outerwear, more substantial pieces. T-shirts are just not where it's at as far as making a decent amount of money on them. So All right, kind of same thing with this guy here. This is a vintage American Tourister duffel bag. I picked it up for $1. Thought I'd give it a shot, and it sold for $20. And then I lost $6 additional in the shipping. So my profit was $9.84, and that took a whole year to sell. So that might not be it for me to be picking up again. All right, here's a Rena pot. This was a 7¼ inch skillet with a lid with dual handle. I got this one for $6.50. It sold for $29, and that gave me $17.16, and it took 3 months to sell. All right, now next up, these are one of my favorite things I've ever bought and sold. This is part of that Figio Flint Turi design. The pattern is called Latte. Remember, I bought the whole set of dishes, tons of pieces, yeah. So this person sent me couple of offers to buy 2 of the bowls. I am into these bowls for just $3.62 total. And the offers totaled $71 for both of them. And that gave me a profit of $55.94. And it took 8 months for that to sell. And I really think I'm down to like 5 pieces out of that set. I know there's a coffee pot, maybe a couple of small bowls. I don't know. I still have some. Hopefully that's going to go too. All right, here's some jeans. I'm a little heavy on the clothing this week. I don't know. Things happen. This is a pair of Miss Me jeans, which I hear that's coming back. They're making a big comeback with the bejeweled behind. Yes. I paid $5 for these. They sold for $30, and that gave me $19.99 in profit, and took a year, like almost to the day. I think I'm 2 days short of a year on that one. So we'll see how that trend goes if people do go back to it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, next up is another set of flatware. This is the Oneida Cherbourg. Cherbourg is the style. They're 25 pieces. I got them for just $4, and they sold for $40, which is great. So that gave me $29.50, and it took only a month for those to go. All right, here's a little piece of art. This is the artist's name is Paul Detlefsen. And I had purchased a whole pile of his stuff. So they each ended up being 28 cents each. And I sold this one for $30. I think this is my final one. Yeah, I'm out of the Paul Detlefsen business. So $30 it sold for. And that gave me $24.58. And it took a year to sell. Not bad at all on those. Okay, I'm having a technical. Oh, come on. Things aren't working. All right, so here we go. Some nuts. Coming down to the end of the nuts here. Another 2-pack of nuts went out for full price of $50. We are into these nuts for $8.50. They sold for $50. Gave me $33.89, and they took 6 months to sell. I now only have one more 2-pack left, and then one single bag listed. Those nuts have been great. Hero find. Good job, Jonathan. That was good. Okay, now this hoodie, so cute. It didn't fit me. I wish it would have, but I don't know. I mean, for this kind of sale, I don't need to wear that. Anyway, I got this hoodie for $5. It's a Y2K era Lucky Brand embroidered, and this particular style, people really want it right now. So I got it listed very quickly after I got it because I knew that this was hitting right now, and it did. It did. I sold it for $85, and that gave me $68.05, and it took 6 weeks to sell. Okay, this little stick here, well, it's a big stick. Actually, this is a walking stick, a shillelagh. I did use that keyword in there. It did fit the profile for that with the knot on the top, and it had a rustic styling with the bark, so it does fit the profile for a shillelagh. I got this for $1.17, sold for $35, and that gave me $28.63, and it took 6 months for that to sell. Okay, another person, way to go for buying your Halloween stuff with plenty of time. This is a vintage 1995 Trendmasters 4 jack-o'-lantern. They're all stuck together, lit up, worked perfectly. It was a cool thing. I got it for just $2, and that sold for $25, giving me $19.93, and it just took 3 months for that to sell. I like those little jack-o'-lanterns. All right, here is a piece again from the Pigeon Forge collection. Gosh, that's been a while now. It was last July. Went to a sale. They had a ton of Pigeon Forge stuff. So I bought a ton of Pigeon Forge stuff. Some of it was really good. Some of it was for lesser amounts. But I bought so much that each piece ended up being 83 cents. So I'm into this little pitcher here for 83 cents. Sold it for 20, which gave me $16.29. And it took 14 months for that to go. I think I just have like some coasters left. And that's it really from that. So that was a good one. All right. Oh, another cashmere sweater. This is the Sundance. It was a full set hoodie. I had not seen this style before. 100% cashmere. Got it for $1.88. Sold it for $40. And that gave me $32.02. And that just took 2 weeks to sell. So glad I got all that cashmere listed. Yes. All right. Oh, this is a little toy. I don't know. Don't ask me to explain it. I tried to understand it when I got it. But it was new in the package. Got it for $1. It's called an Astrojax. And it came with a CD. I don't know. I don't know what you do with this toy. It's an Astrojax. Brand new, sealed. Got it for $1 and it sold for $22.50, giving me $17.37. And it just took 2 months for that one to go. And that'll be easy to ship. I mean, the whole thing about that was easy. So for $1, that's why I said, I'm going to try that toy. And it worked out fine. Okay, here's the one thing I sold on the Poshmark. Hey, this is it was really pretty. It was a beautiful silk leaf daughter. Is the leaf, say it however you want to say it. Leaf daughter. Silk embroidered top. I got it at the thrift store. Paid too much for it at $7.50. And it finally sold for, well, it only took 2 months to sell, I guess, but it just, I don't know, it just seemed like it took forever to sell. But it sold for $25, giving me $12.50, and it just took 2 months. But I thought that one would be better since it was silk and embroidered, and it's just so pretty. But, you know, sometimes, I'm sure this happens to you. Tell me in the comments if this happens to you. But you just really like something. So you're going to buy it and you're going to sell it. And you think it's worth more than it is. And it just isn't. So you got to roll with it. At least we didn't lose money on it, right? So there you go. Leaf starter. So that is it for this week. Gosh, we're going to have kind of a stormy, gray, rainy weekend here in Colorado. So hopefully I'm going to get some good stuff, and I'll be back on Monday with a video. I did find some stuff today that I filmed that you'll see. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you then. I hope you can get out there and find some treasure, get it listed, get it sold. See you next time.